Tears of the Kingdom is, a very funny game. Now, while I gotta admit, Breath of the Wild was pretty funny, it's just like... This whole game makes me feel like I'm a little baby again and have like 7 entire Lego bins dumped all around me, and there's nothing like it. However, I tend to have the tendencies to play not by the rules. It's like if I used Mega Blocks with my Lego. If you did so as a kid, I hate you. Anyway, after a moderate 80 hours dumped into this game, much like a Mountain Dew gamer 10 months sober of Baja Blast, the thought of going back started creeping in. I promised I'd never go back to my old ways, but it all started with one fateful afternoon. The machine which started this all was really quite trivial, a machine which only the most intellectual among players could come up with. A box, but with one corner kind of open. Now the uses of this machine vary quite a bit, as for it's a very versatile machine of mine, like as a weapon, as a hat, as a boat, a campfire. But the most practical use of this genius concept of mine is as a spaceship. Back in 1957, as I'm sure some of you know, there was a Russian dog named Laika. Short story made shorter, she was launched into space, being one of the first animals to, be launched into space. But because 1957 is 1957, and technology is not 1957, she died in orbit. Sad. But what's cool is recreating this in Tears of the Kingdom to unknowingly gather intel on future missions. As you can see in the clip, I am smarter, and the dog lives. But what I really want to draw attention to is this one detail. You can move living things. With this new knowledge, I decided to head out into the world and create my first bokoblin jail, used with the intent of moving them across Hyrule with ease to make them easy to trade for, money. Oh, never mind, they despawn, why wouldn't they? This soon ruled out the idea of who to move. Almost every enemy teleports or just straight up unexists. It wouldn't take long to realize what I had to do. I needed to exact revenge on Beedle. But what exactly did Beedle do to me? A stupid question. He did nothing. But this man, this dumbass guy with a big-ass backpack, has something sinister behind those eyes. As proven by this video on popular and trendy streaming website YouTube.com, the existence of more than one Beedle is undoubtedly canon. However, I don't know where I'm going with this joke. So my excuse is look at him. He probably possesses some kind of magic I don't know. Before long, I soon set out for testing again. This time with the sole purpose of bringing Beedle somewhere. Today I got on a call with my friend Fire Crash Tank in order to develop our Beedle moving intel. It wouldn't take long, however, to come to the realization that not everything was as it seemed. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go right by Beedle. Beedle, we're going together. Oh my god! It wasn't getting Beedle on the device that was the issue. It was getting him to stay that proved himself a challenge. You see, one thing that kept being an issue throughout the recording of this was the fact that NPCs just had some sort of box failsafe on them. Because whenever I put Beedle on a box, he'd kinda just... It was clear my first method wasn't working. At least not consistently enough. I tripped back to the drawing board. I had my brand new invention. Car. With no walls. First, we'd have to get Beedle out of stable walking range via rockets. Then, the car could form. You know, wherever taking you places. I think this could work, maybe.
Where's your seat? Have a safe landing, I guess.
See?
Overpriced.
No! Get it had its faults, sure, But we were getting places. The initial goal was to take Beedle to Lookout Landing as a test drive to see our endurance. I'm gonna bring him over here. But one thing remained prevalent. Beedle really didn't like leaving his home. We're not doing drifts either. Hit that fox. Yeah.
No.
We made it about like this far until I had the great idea of taking a shortcut through a place called the Breach of Demise. And I definitely know why they call it that. Slopes. Here's a time lapse of me dying inside. Wonderful. Thing happens. Fuck. No. I give up. Disheartened and overall just left with a lack of enthusiasm about this, I eventually decided to cut my losses and throw in the towel for the day. But my mind kept going. The new invention I whipped up in my brain later that night was one like no other. This day, I already had my goal, and my device schematic was all set up. Presenting the Beedle Buggy 2000 Deluxe Edition. An all-in-one car designed like a plow to scoop up Beedle and drag him across the land of Hyrule. Oh shit. Kinda, sorta. It took some iteration, but it was very clear this was the way to do it.
No, it doesn't. No.
Apple goes big. This thing is all terrain. No, it's not house repellent. Alright, we're back on the road. That's fine.
Just gotta recall it now. Beedle, are you there still? Oh my god. Who is this Hylian?
My suspicions had been unsuspicioned. Beedle was in fact invincible and could be brought in wherever, compared to the instantly despawning monster.
Wait, if you touch two of them facing opposite directions, it does usually...
Oh! Okay, maybe not wherever, but I had accomplished my goal. Yet, I still felt empty inside. Sure, I had accomplished a goal, but I knew my limits, and I knew where I needed to head next. That's right, we're heading to the skies. I call this Operation Skyward Dumb Loser Piece of Not Good Person. But the plan is simple. Grab Bill, kidnap him in my white van, and take him on Blue Gray Sky Island. It's not that complicated. But first, we had to come up with a flying machine schematic. My initial idea was like an elevator with a million fans on it. And while it did sort of work, it also had a brutal crash landing. Beedle! Stop! Beedle! We're going down, we're going down.
Amanda. Just why you need a stabilizer.
I thought we didn't need one. Hold on. Promo.
Maybe.
Here. Fuck. However, once I added that stabilizer, we ran into the same problem again. Beedle is chunky. Just randomly, he gains like 2 million pounds and stops any upward momentum. So it was obvious this design had to go back to the drawing board. Now there's a video game I once played. This video game is called Kerbal Space Program. And if it taught me anything besides how to brutally torture little green people, it's that I need staging. Now Tears of the Guide doesn't have decoupling or staging, because the goal of the game isn't to make a friggin' spaceship, but here's the plan. We grab Beedle, throw him onto our hovercraft board, and set up this double-decker fan design, 12 fans total. Now we grab 2 big batteries parallel for maximum battery, as well as a stabilizer and a steering stick. Now here's the tricky part. As we've seen before, Beedle hates going to the sky. He just hates going anywhere, and he will fight us at every chance he gets. So why not never give him a chance. And so I added rockets for takeoff. The idea is to shorten the distance between takeoff and landing as much as possible in order to stop Beedle from sabotaging our flights. And with all that, we're ready to go over launch. Step 1. Grab Beedle. Step 2. Assemble vehicle. Step 3. Add rockets when momentum gets short to keep max speed. Step 4. As we near Great Sky Island, hop on the steering stick and perform a precise recall to land safely. And Step 5. Fucking win. My first attempt was looking good. Real good. So good. I got a little too cocky and decided to not land properly. And, as you can see, I did eventually land back where I started. This is actually a pretty good time to say that if you do something and you end up back where you started in life, you suck. Like me. Anyway, a little disheartened, I got back on track to try one more time. And this time, I will be gooder. But before long, something not gooder happened.
Okay, so this is not good. I accidentally went on the steering stick. And now I gotta do this manually.
Not a big inconvenience, but also dramatic effect to become famous YouTube star. You know?
Fuck yeah.
You know, I'd expect myself to have a lot more to say about actually, doing this. But, even while recording this, I didn't know what to do. I guess Beedle's on Great Sky Island? I don't really know what the goal was. I just knew what I had to do.
Beedle, what do you have to say about being on Great Sky Island? That's... wow.
You probably expected something at the end of this video, and I'll fulfill that. Did you know that Beedle can go to Great Sky Island in 2023 video game Tears of the Kingdom? And that,
While many Americans may assume that President Franklin D. Roosevelt, 1933 to 1945, was the son of Theodore Roosevelt, 1901 to 1909, the former presidents who led the country 3 decades apart were actually fifth cousins. Their closest tie was FDR's wife, Eleanor, who was also the niece of President Theodore Roosevelt. No! 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 Oh my god. Beedle, you're going down with me.